Hey everybody, this is your boy Cruz, the Beast from the East, and this is another episode of Cruz Inc Radio 102.8 TV. You know what? I am super excited. Might not look like it right now, but I can hardly contain myself tonight because this edition is again going to be phenomenal. I was just reminiscing 11 years ago tonight. I launched Cruz Inc Radio on Blog Talk. And at that time, it was just a talk show, and I was just doing it as pretty much a hobby. A young lady by the name of Dee Shields, I was going on her station as a kind of like a co-host. I started off calling in, and then she got talked me into doing this on a regular basis. And I remember that first subject. It was kind of out of the box. Why are relationships so difficult? And, 11 years later, we can still talk about that same subject and have a ton of answers. So I am elated tonight to be on board with you, to have this journey and to come almost full circle with this. Because, again, we were on Blog Talk. Had averaging about maybe 200 or 300 people per show. And again, now we have evolved to where we're a 24/7 radio station, Cruz Inc Radio 102.8. You can go to our website, which is cruisincradio.com. We have the broadcast. We have a lot going on. So again, I am just hyped right now. And I want to make sure that I thank the G Law Firm for sponsoring us. They are partners with us. And if you need lawyers that you can trust, those that care about you, you need to contact the G Law Firm. You can reach them at 804-226-4111. That's 804-226-4111, or you can visit them at the G Law Firm. It is now 9:04 here in the Cap City, and it is currently 70 degrees. Partly cloudy skies this evening, will become overcast overnight. Slight chance of showers late. It's going to be about 70 degrees with winds light and variable. And starting on your Labor Day, you're going to have a high of 86 degrees. There are going to be some slight chances of rain in some areas, and then it should taper off later on in the evening. On Tuesday, we're looking at a high of 70, back down to a low of, again, in that mid 70s range. And the rain at that time is going to be about 6%. So maybe tomorrow you can get the barbecue in early, or you can just relax, or whatever you're going to be doing for your Labor Day weekend. Me, I'm going to be chilling because it's been a long weekend. And again, we just want to thank everybody for supporting us for these 11 years. It's been awesome. Now, man, each year, we've been blessed to have some phenomenal guests on our anniversary shows, and tonight is no exception. We've had Tammy Roman with Basketball Wives. We've had the Brad. We've had Norman Connors. We've had Stacey Lattisaw. We've had Freddie Jackson, and the list goes on and on. Well, this young lady here, again, is absolutely phenomenal. And she comes from a music DNA like no other. Her father, the legendary Johnny Griffin, was one of the original Funk Brothers. And this was during the time when Motown was banging and they was cranking out things. And you know what? I can go on and tell you, because her accolades go from here, from the West Coast to the East Coast. But I want Beth to tell you a little bit about Beth.
My name is Beth, BethAlwaysSings.com. I'm an R&B artist. I love to sing. I love music. I love different genres of music, and I wish I could sing them all the time. But
that's what happens when you have a live show. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. But, I know a lot about her. If you've seen The View and season 16, It was phenomenal. If you've seen her website, if you've gone to her YouTube page, then this one word, just like Cruz, Beth is synonymous with an amazing, amazing voice. And tonight, I'm very happy to have her on with us on Cruz Inc Radio 102.8 TV. Good evening, Beth. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
I wanted to kind of slide that in and with that DPK because we've been blasting that for the last week, and people have been really enjoying it. And I've had a lot of comments, great comments about, wow, she is simply amazing. I say, yeah, I know we don't have nothing but amazing guests on our show.
Thank you so much.
So how are you? How are you doing?
I'm well. So a lot going on. But I'm good. But I am good. And first of all, let me start by saying happy anniversary to you and your station.
Thank you so much.
That's what you're here, right?
You're here because you're a super, super amazing talent, and we are really honored and humbled to have you here tonight. And we'll let everybody know Beth is super busy. She has a lot of things going on, so we're going to be like in fast motion tonight to make sure, because she's in session. See, that's what I'm talking about. Lady that's always on her grind.
Always. I'm actually at the studio now, and we're taking a break to honor you and your station and to sit and talk with you, but I will be going back into a session when we finish. So yeah, I love working. I have new music coming out before the end of the year, so we're just working to complete some things.
That is super, super amazing. I'm not going to take you back through all those same old questions that you get asked about your about your early years and things like that, even though
ask me what it's fine.
What one of the things that when I was doing some reading and talking about looking at your background and all the things that you've done, you started singing at 5.
Yes and no. So what I wanted to do was sing at 5 because my dad used to play the piano all the time, and I thought I could sing, but unfortunately, my voice was not mature. My voice was not ready, so it really just was not. It wasn't good. It wasn't even a joyful noise. Like they say when you're singing in church, it's a joyful. It was not good. It was just, I just wanted to sing, and so that was the very beginning of it for me wanting to do it. But as I got to junior high and got to high school and started to get some training, my voice did start to develop, and it really did not really develop until I was probably 12 or 13 years old, and I started singing and just have not stopped.
Beth, again, that and that's something that most people say, oh, I came out of the womb singing. You are very, very candid with that. And being in with your father being in music, so I'm sure that the house was always, Christmas time with the Christmas carols. You guys, the family just got together and sing, or
yeah, kind of, sort of. The weird story with people, what they don't know is my father worked for Motown, but I really didn't know what that meant because by the time I was born, Motown had left. So I was not in the thick of what was happening, so I didn't know. So I would always hear them say, oh yeah, Johnny worked for Motown. I didn't really know what that meant until I got older. But we did have a beautiful mahogany grand piano in our home, and my dad would always play. And there was always somebody asking my dad to play something. We would go visit churches sometimes, and it was like, oh, Johnny's here. Come sit on the organ because he could play the organ, So there was music in the house, yes, because my father was a fanatic in practicing his chromatic scales. He got up every day and he practiced every day. And there was always music playing. My father also owned his own record labels. So he was always working with different artists or he was traveling, he was doing things. So yes, there was music in the house. I always heard it. It was just a love of mine. The crazy thing is I have a brother and a sister and they don't do music at all. It's just me. So they love this, they got their jams and stuff that they listen to. But the one that really pursued it and is really doing it is just me out of the three of us. And they look at me sometimes and they're like, I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, I can't not do it. Like, I don't know how you work a regular job. Like,
so that right there,
yeah, like, and I did that. So I can compare the two,
There's and I love this quote here. Singing is like breathing to me. I have to do it. And when I think about how deep that is, people don't think about, breathing. So for you, you don't think about singing. Is that what that really boils down to?
It boils down to singing is so natural for me to do. I find myself singing and don't even know I'm singing. And when I find that I haven't been singing or haven't been recording or haven't been performing, I just start to get antsy. I'm like, okay, something's missing, I have to do it. And it's a very natural thing for me to do.
Now, I want to go back for just a moment because I found this fascinating that your father was a classically trained musician. And for those that like me, I played in the band, but I had no clue of what I was doing. Kind of talk about that in that, especially in that particular time frame of what it meant to be a classically trained musician and how huge that was.
Well, my grandmother was classically trained and played in the church and could play classical music and could read music. And she taught my father. And my father attempted to teach me. I read music. I love music. I can look at sheet music. I can figure it out. But to me, it was more attractive to be the lady in the gown leaning on the piano and just, all that. I'm a little girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to play on piano. And then Alicia Keys comes out and I'm like, oh, so it's one of those things. So, but I love music to the point where when I hear classical music, I'm drawn to it because I would hear it in the house. My father took me to the symphony as a kid. He took me to plays and to different programs so that I could just be cultured and well-rounded. So yeah, that was his thing. He loved to read. He loved to get sheet music and figure it out and read it. And he loved the challenge. Classical music. It was classical music that was played in the car all the time, so yeah. And if I could just say one thing, the last Griffith. So if anybody tries to Google it, if they Google Johnny Griffin, it's Griffith, ITH. Griffith.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that correction because you're right. I guess that's a common mistake with everybody, but thank you. Thank you for that. Now, also, I found it interesting that, and I guess anybody that's been in the industry, especially at the level that your father was in, he discouraged you from going into business. Is that correct?
Absolutely. My father and my mother were adamant that I go to college, get my degree, pursue something other than music. And I did what they asked me to do. I went to college. But my love. So I did the job and I did, sing on the weekends and some little clubs and stuff. It was fun for a minute. And because in the beginning, I think when you do that, you may not necessarily know where you want your career to go. You just want to sing. And then it just kind of escalated and I just continued to push and continue to go.
Now, when you were in, and you attended Temple, is that correct? No, it wasn't Temple, Rutgers, right? Neither one.
College?
Yes.
No. I actually went. I applied to Wayne State University, which is here. Got accepted, never went because I decided I was going to work a job and sing on the weekend. So, and I also applied to Tennessee State University. Got accepted, never went. I ended up graduating and getting my degree at University of Phoenix.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna have to go back and talk to my program director on that one. But first of all, I want to say this: being from Tennessee, you should have went Big Blue at TSU, Tennessee State University.
I agree with you. My mother went to TSU, and that's why I wanted to go. And my mother would attend the homecomings and everything. That was my thing. I grew up being, knowing my mother went to TSU. I wanted to go and I wanted to be a Delta. I wanted to do exactly what my mother did. And I started singing at home and I just never left. And that was one of the regrets I had, that I did not get the HBCU experience, because I know that probably would have grown me even more. But because I was so focused on music and I had already landed a gig and I was getting paid, I said, no.
And speaking of your mom, let's say again, happy birthday to your mom. She is beautiful. I see where you get your looks from, because you all are twins.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So thank you so much. Thank you. Especially since I cut my hair, we look more alike.
Absolutely stunning. Will you give us sing to her on this show happy birthday, a couple of bars just to say happy birthday to her from us? Because I can't sing, or I would do it.
Well, I sang to her yesterday, but I will sing to her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to you.
Yes. See, that's a real artist. Whenever you go out capella and right out the cuff, you know you're doing it. Now, see, my brother, again, was one of those phenomenal bass players and everything. And I tried to play the saxophone, and the band director say, "Hey, you better find something else to do."
This ain't working.
So, no, this ain't working. So singing is not one of my fortes. So that's why I asked you to sing to her on our behalf, because if not, they pull the plug on us when I started singing.
We don't want that. We want you to stay on and many more years.
Absolutely. And again, the fans are wishing your mom a happy birthday. So our fans love our guests, and they love you. And again, we've been playing a lot of your music and really getting into what you do. Now, I want to go back to season 16, and hopefully the video will be right now, because I want to take you back for just a moment, and then I'll ask you a question about this. All right, everybody, keep your fingers crossed here. Hopefully the video is on cue.
Okay.
I got to go right there, because I saw John. John was like this, he's like, oh yeah. And when he hit the button and then turned around, how difficult was it to keep focused? Because you stayed dead on target, didn't miss a beat.
When you are focused, and my focus was, don't mess up, don't embarrass yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it was a matter of, you see them turn around, but don't fall off. It was difficult because that was actually the first time I had seen any of the coaches in person. So you see them, and it's really exciting. And what people don't know is that boom sound that you hear on television, you hear that in the studio when we're singing. You're singing, and all of a sudden that chair spins. That's a sound effect that they apply later.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna tell all the secrets. So,
give us the tea. Wait a minute. Let me get my cup here.
Your cup, right? So that's a sound effect that's applied later. And so you're just singing, you just hear the band, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, that's, and then you just keep singing. It was tough, but it was fun. It was so much fun. So much fun.
Now, how did you go from deciding that you wanted to audition for the show? What was that process like?
First of all, I said I was never going to do a show like that. I was never going to do a singing competition. I was not going to put myself out there like that. And, that particular type of show, or that show, let me say that show, they take cattle call auditions, and then they do also scout for talent. So they reached out to my management and asked my management, did I want to go? And originally I had said no. I just was like, I'm not doing it. And then I had a lot of stuff going on, and it just didn't fit into what I thought. I didn't think it was going to fit into what my life was at that time. And so I said no originally, and probably 6 months later, they reached out to my management again. And I talked to my manager, and I said, you know what? Now, they asked again, and so maybe I need to see what this is. Let me just go to the audition. And I live in Detroit, and I went to the audition in Chicago, and passed that first audition, and then went to LA, went to the second audition, and the rest is history. And you audition many times. I mean, it's just not one audition. You audition probably 10.
Wow, that's grueling.
You do the casting first, and then you go to LA and let them look at you, and then they start breaking it down, and then they cast the show, because technically it's a reality show. So
right.
Cast, the way they want it to look for that season. And I mean, the way they want it to look. And then they break down the sound so that the sound is cohesive, but also there is diversity. And
right.
I had a great time. I grew as an artist. I grew as a person. I learned a lot about myself. I enjoyed being in Hollywood. I enjoyed the whole process. My favorite, I was doing another interview, and I was just saying how much fun the wardrobe department is. You just walk in this room, there's all these clothes, all these shoes. You're like, yeah. So that was really fun. I loved it. But it was a long process, because I started the process probably in June of 2018. And my show, with all of the auditions and the rehearsing and the practicing and everything, it didn't air until February 2019.
Wow. That's a lot. Yeah. And
a long time. I mean, you practically move out of your home to go there, and you live there to go through their process. So it was great.
That's amazing, because again, we see the finished product, and until we have an opportunity to talk to somebody like yourself that's been through from beginning to end, nobody realized how much you guys have to go through to make everything come off as smooth. That is awesome. I'm looking at the comments, and everybody's like, amazing vocalist. When I first listened to Free, I was like, I had chills listening to that one. I really did. I'm sorry, Beth, say that again.
I said that's one of my favorites. Can I tell you something about Free, though?
Yes, please.
So this is really early for me to tell you this, but the paperwork is signed, so I can tell you.
Okay.
So look for, as I'm going to tell you just a little bit, look for Free to be in a BET movie in 2022 in January.
Yes. Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, we just finalized that like last week.
That is awesome. So set this one up for us, Beth, about Free, because I think we got that video.
Okay. Free is one of the songs off of my first album titled Free. Came out in 2017. And I'm just grateful that this song and this album still has legs. That was one of the first songs that I wrote. And I was just in my feelings, and I was going through the process of, okay, I've been a background singer for a long time, and now I'm stepping out to be a lead singer. And how do I want this process to be? And what do I want to feel? I want to feel free, and I want to be able to do my thing. So that is the story behind Free. And here's Free.
Every day I look in the mirror looking back at me. I say a girl so full of life.
Yeah, I apologize. What I am going to do is that we're going to make sure that on Cruz Inc Radio 102.8 radio page, on all 15 of our Facebook pages, and also, yeah, we have 15 Facebook pages. We're going to be running that video every day. We're going to make sure that people, because I love the song, and I don't know if we're buffering. Generally, what happens when you have an internet radio station, you have this problem where you get buffering and everybody's on the internet. So again, I want to apologize to everyone. If you go out to our radio page right now, it's on there. The EPK is on there. It is a beautiful, beautiful song. And so how long did it take you all to do that production in terms of because the video is amazing, Beth. Another masterful work.
Thank you. We worked on that song for a couple of days, probably. The producer is Cordell Walton, and Cordell Walton is actually Charlie Wilson's music director. He's out on the road with Charlie right now, and he's just a phenomenal talent, a phenomenal producer. And he just kind of sat at the piano. He started playing. I liked the melody, and I just started writing. And I actually called in a friend of mine named Lloyd Dwayne. He's an artist and a writer, and he contributed to the writing as well. And we just got it done, and we used some live musicians. It was just fun. It was just fun. And for those of the people that are watching, this Sunday coming up on September 12th, this is I think a week from now, I'll be in Alexandria, Virginia.
Yes.
At the Birchmere. I'll be performing that song at the Birchmere. I'm going to be out with Najee, and I'm going to be performing that song at his show.
You are going to be probably an hour and 45 minutes from me.
Okay.
And please, let's put those dates out there again, because I'm going to be making sure that we are cross-promoting that all over the place. And did you say next Sunday or?
No, the September 12th. So that's... Yeah, that's next Sunday, I think, right? Because the day is just, for me. So it's next Sunday on the 12th, the Birchmere in Alexandria, Virginia. Najee will be there. I will be performing with Najee. But one of the songs that I'll be performing is free in his show. And I appreciate him so much for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, we play Najee on our station, and again, that is incredible to be on the platform with him. But I'm looking that when you come to Richmond, I'm going to be like standing up and down, running up and down, like, hey, y'all got to go see Beth, because she is absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, and I'm keeping in mind that you do have to get into the session. I want to talk about the new release, because this one, all your other songs have been kind of like that, type of thing, and then we get I Got Next. Tell us about that.
Then you get this, right?
Yeah.
That's another side of me. I love hip hop. I love rap. And I love a West Coast sound. And I was talking to, I have a couple producers I work with. Another producer, Marcus Devine. That's who I'm going to be working with this evening. And I just told him, I just want something different. I want something out of the box. I want people to hear another side of Beth. And he had that track ready. And then we were like, okay, what do we do? Let's call Swift. And Swift is from the legendary rap group D12, coming under the Eminem camp. And, he's a friend of ours and just like family. And we called him up and asked him to do a feature on it. And he just came in and did his thing. And it was just fun. It was out the box for me. It was a little edgy, and it caught a little people off guard, but everybody, those that really, really know me, know that's the other side of me, and then those who just know me from my project, know the mellow Beth. So, there's a yin and a yang with me, and that's it. Yeah. Well,
it is a good balance, because again, it shows your versatility, and I love it. I wanted to attempt to play that again tonight, but with all the buffering going on, I'm like, I'm scared. But now that's another one that we're featuring on our page as well, and that. What I wanted to say to you, here's the surprises here.
Surprises.
One, Free is going into our regular rotation tonight.
Thank you. Oh, thank you
And
so much.
not only is Free going into our regular rotation, but God Next is going into our regular rotation as well.
Thank you. Oh, that's a wonderful surprise. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
We really appreciate you. And then one last surprise, in that it may not seem that big, but to us it is, because you're going to be joining some people that we've interviewed, and you're going to be on our website in our celebrity gallery as a artist that we've had on the show. That's amazing. So when we look back through the annals of time, and when you're already all over the place, I can say, you know what? I can tell my grandson, guess what? I had the amazing privilege of having her on the show, and you are just as wonderful and down to earth as everything I've heard about you.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was a wonderful surprise. Like, I'm like, me in the gallery? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, again, it's you put in the work, and all we're doing is acknowledging what you have done, will do, and we're so thankful for everything that you have graced us with your presence tonight. You've been a wonderful guest, and I got to at least try. Maybe let's see if we can get this on. I got to get the people at least a little bit of what I've been listening to. Let's see, everybody. Here it is. Got Next. Beth, I want to say that is like that is dope. If I had some fire right now, I'll have all the little fire emojis running across there.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm looking for that one to hit the Billboard charts. I really am, along with Free as well. It gives it kind of like that Roger Troutman feel to it. It's
Snoop and West Coast, and it just gives you all of that balled up. When I heard it, I was like, oh yeah. Love it.
I'm really kind of, we use StreamYard here, so I'm not going to throw them up under the bus, but I wanted to listen to all these, I had the people to jam. So what I'm going to do when we leave out the air, I'm going to flood my pages with both of these jams, because again, just that sound right there, just like I said, it gives you that, like you in the old 69 Chevy tricked out, and that joint just bouncing.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. Listen, I am an independent artist. I own my own label. I do everything myself. I have an amazing team that works with me and help me, and they push me, they encourage me, they motivate me. They have my back. I don't do it by myself. And so when a station like yours reaches out and you tell me you're going to put me in the gallery, you tell me you're going to put me in rotation, that means everything. I appreciate it. I really do. I really do. Thank you.
Well, again, we appreciate you, and we want to make sure we give you a time. I want to say thanks to Ron because Ron contacted our people, and I said once they sent it to me, I said yes, we got to have her on. I don't care what's going on. I want her on our anniversary show to make it memorable, and this will be one of the highlights of my time here on Earth is to know that I had the privilege to have you on our show.
Well, thank you. He's one of the angels that work with me, and he, handles my marketing and my interviews, and he's just incredible. And he sets it up, hooks it up, and I show up. So it's all good. It's all good. I love it.
Would it give you an opportunity to also shout out your team or anybody else you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, there is a team. But first, I want to start with my manager, Courtney Benjamin. He's incredible. I appreciate him. The producers that I've worked with, Cordell Walton, Kenny Flave, Marcus Divine. Marcus Divine is doing my second album. Well, my second album is actually finished. So he's handled my second album. He's my MD as well. My assistants, TT and Kina, and who handles my merch, Wanda, my security Face, my stylist Lola George. I hope I'm not forgetting my niece Micah, who's my photographer. I mean, we have family, and everybody gets together, and I hope I'm not forgetting anybody. And they just take everything. My husband, who is, that's me. That's my right hand. So everybody, and we mentioned Ron. Ron is that handles the marketing and everything. So just everybody who makes it look like it's easy for me. They handle things for me. If there's a fire, they put it out before I even know that there's something. They just handle it, and I just appreciate them all. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm just trying to run it off, but they're incredible. Everybody.
And that's important. In order to have the success that you have, you got to have a good team around you, and certainly that's evidence of the quality of your music, the content, and everything. So, what I wanted to say, Beth, is that again, we didn't get to cover the gamut, but I want to please have you. Well, I want to bring you back where we can have a little bit more time to talk about, singing with Kim and singing with Anita Baker.
We can talk about that. I can give.
All right. But tell us about, because again, Anita Baker is one of my. Oh man, if I was like Rich, I'd fly her out here, and have you both perform at the same time. Working with Anita Baker, tell us about that.
Well, that was probably one of the greatest opportunities that I've ever had in my life. It started out as me just filling in for one night, and it turned into like 5 years. And I was able to tour the world, watch this 8-time Grammy Award winning, the songstress. I watched her every night on the stage and watched her command the audience, and I watched her interact with the people, and I watched how the fans loved her, and I watched how she was able to transact some business, not all, but some. I learned so much from her. I cherished the moments that I was able to just go in her dressing room and just pick her brain. She would let me ask her things. And my website name, Beth Always Sings, I got that from Anita. She named me that. So that name is dear to me. And I just got a chance to be in the presence of greatness. She doesn't work as much anymore. And I was with her at just an incredible time in my life where I was very vulnerable, very open, and really wanting to be a singer, but not having the confidence to step out and do it. I remember her telling me, you're going to be a solo artist. And I was like, oh no, Anita, I'm going to sing with you forever. Like, I love being a background singer. I loved being able to be on stage and have the lights, but not have the pressure. But I saw the pressure that she had to deal with. And it was a lot on her to be that big, to be a star like that. And I was just able to see it. So I think a lot of what I was able to see and witness and watch helped me to be where I am now. There's a lot of things that I haven't even done yet, but I've seen done. So when I walk into these situations, I'm like, oh, I saw Anita do this. I know what to do. And it's just incredible to me, just the things that she imparted in me, and I didn't even know she was doing it, So yeah, it was like being in a boot camp with her. I learned, I watched, I studied, I asked questions. I got answers. You know, I had precious time with her, and I'll cherish it forever. So yeah, she's just, you know, incredible. She's a 10 in my book.
That's amazing. Yeah, I can sit and play her albums over and over, and we also feature her on our station as well. Now, Detroit's Mr. Chemistry,
Yeah.
singing with him. What is that experience like?
Ooh, it's, you know, it's great. I came along with Kim probably 8-9 years ago, and I've been able to watch him just grow and soar, and that's been an amazing thing. And it's a different type of experience because when I get with Anita, she's already at the pinnacle, you know, and then I get with Kim and he's not there yet, but I'm watching him go there. So I have these two scenarios to compare. I see the struggle and the work that it takes to get up top, and then I see what you have to do to maintain to be up top. So those are amazing lessons for me that I have that are in here and that are in here. No one can take away. And so again, like when I walk in these situations, I see them and I know because I've seen him do it, I've seen her do it. And then I can take bits and pieces of that and apply for where I am now. And then when I grow, I can apply it for at that level as well. So it's just been amazing. And working with a male artist and working with a female artist is totally different. So I can pull from both of those experiences to apply to mine. How I handle fans, how I handle promoters, how I handle the band. It's all that stuff is just, you know, it's so meaningful, the knowledge that I've been able to. And then now that I'm working with Najee, it's just a whole nother thing because he's on the smooth jazz and it's and working with his band. His band is incredible. He's incredible. So I'm just honored that I've just been able to work with 3 incredible artists that are legendary. All, you know, Kim is his legend thing, you know, he's growing into that, but Anita's there and Najee, you know, you say his name, anybody knows who he is. So this, the fact that he thought enough of me to say, hey, come on, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh. And the way I met Najee was so crazy because I met him on a car ride heading to the airport. And we were in South Carolina and I got in the car and 5 something in the morning and I get in the car, he's sitting there and I'm like, oh, I'm not supposed to be in this car. This is your car. They're like, no, you're on the manifest. You're supposed to be there. So I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting in the car with Najee. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And we just started talking and I said, if you ever need a singer, I live in Detroit. Would you please call me? Do you ever use singers in your show? And he goes, yeah. I said, would you call me? Here's my album. And he goes, oh, well, I'll download it right now. And we end up getting a flat tire. It's 5-6 in the morning. We're on the highway in South Carolina. We end up getting a flat tire. And he tells me, he says, oh, well, I'll never forget you now. Because this is like, so we get in the car picks us up, ends up taking us to the airport. And that was that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he's not going to call me, whatever. He called me a couple months later. This was 2019 when I did my first show with him. And he called me. He says, I'm going to be in Detroit. You want to come sing with me? And I'm like, oh, yes. So I sang with him. And then, of course, 2020, nobody did anything. He comes back to Detroit this year. And he says, you want to sing with me again? I'm like, yes.
Right.
Turned into, you want to go to so-and-so? Yes. So that's how that is. So I'm enjoying this process. I'm trusting this process. And I've just had some angels in my life. God has just really blessed me to just work with some incredible people. And I just love it. Sometimes I go, oh, I cannot believe this is happening. I can't. I can't, but it is. So it
couldn't happen to such a wonderful, amazing woman. And I want to ask this: what nugget would you leave for those that are looking to come up in this industry? Some of the things that you have said, okay, let me drop this on you all as you come up and pursue your career in music.
Okay, you said nugget by like 2, 3. The first one.
No, go right. Unload them. Let me get my cup real quick.
Get your cup. Don't do it for the money. That's the first thing. Don't do it for the money. Do it because you love it, and the money will come. Don't look for the money because it's like watching paint dry. Do it because you love it. Study it. Surround yourself. Number 2, surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable and people who are where you want to go. And 3rd, be a sponge. Be open to learn. Be open to be coachable. If you can be open to be coachable and you can surround yourself with great people and you don't get into it just to make money because you just want to be a star, you can be successful because you'll do it because you love it and you'll do it and you'll apply yourself and you'll learn and you'll grow. And then when somebody tells you that's wrong, you won't be offended. You'll accept it and receive it, and you'll do it differently, or you'll be open for coaching to be better. And so, and don't be around people who always tell you you're great all the time, because most of the time they want something from you. Be around people who are going to tell you that's wrong, you messed up, that didn't sound right, that doesn't look right. To be around people who are there to help you. They can celebrate you, but they also can critique you in a positive manner to help you be better. So those would be the nuggets that I would say, because those are things that I follow for myself. You know, I don't have people that just, oh, we love Beth. No, they'll tell me when something's not right. They'll tell me when something doesn't look right. They'll tell me when I don't sound right. They'll tell me when I need to go sit down. You know, they'll tell me when I need to rest. And I appreciate all of that. You know, Ron, I've been dealing with a lot of stuff for the past 2-3 weeks, and Ron knows it, and he'll tell me sometimes, you just need to go to bed, you know. And I say, no, I got it. And what's next? And what are we doing? And he'll say, you going to sleep? I'll call you. And I appreciate that. And so, you know, those are people that you need to have around you that care about you, but you know, they'll push you at the same time. So yeah, if you can do those few things and be patient. You know, I'm telling you now, Free, you guys love Free. Free came out in 2017.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not an overnight thing. I've been telling people about Free. People have been hearing Free, but it still takes a minute. You have to be patient, you know, especially when you're independent and you got $50 and you trying to stretch it. $1 for you, $1 for you, $1. You know, so that's the honest answer. And if you're patient and you continue to apply yourself, you'll be blessed. I'm sticking to it.
That will go across any platform, Beth. And when you were talking, some things resonated because especially having people around you that care about you, that won't be yes people. And I look at Michael Jordan, I'm going to say this real quick, is that Michael Jordan didn't start with all his greatness, no matter how many points he would score individually. He didn't start winning championships until he got some people that complimented what he would do and could bring some things to the table. So I really appreciate those nuggets. And you're right, you can't do this for the money. I'm still paying for this out of my pocket. So the money, you know, of doing these productions, anything that you want to do, there's a sacrifice for it. True sacrifice. And I'm like, you giving out $1. I'm saying you get 50 cents, you get 50 cents.
Am I doing this? Let me know.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, but it just is what it is. You know, it is. So yeah, you got to do it for the love. You know? Exactly.
And I want to publicly acknowledge my entire Cruz Inc media team, all the radio personalities, Al and Tina, Natalie, and you know, Dr. Smith and Kelsey and Christine, their husband and wife team, Iris Bolden, just the entire team. If I start naming somebody, I'm forgetting somebody, but I want to say this publicly to my wife, because she's the one that puts up with me having to be on the radio, people calling all the time, and you know, late nights I spent up programming this station. So I really, like you said, your husband is your ride or die. That's without them, we don't have the success that we have at this time.
Because they got to deal with us at the house, and that's a whole nother thing. That's not this. That's at the house, like, I need you to take the garbage out. I need you to, you know, and that's a whole nother thing. You know, we have to be, you know, for lack of a better word, we have to be the regular people too. And so you have to balance all that. And yeah, you know, just what it is.
Well, Beth, I'm looking forward to having you back again. It's just amazing. This 11th year anniversary will be one that will go down in the annals of time for me as being that top interview, you know, because you're so gracious, so talented, and I can just tell that you're so down to earth, and that's why people just love you. They love your music, and we're looking to see and hear greater things from you.
Thank you. Well, I got more stuff coming. New music in 2022. I have a book coming in October. So some more things. We're busy.
Well, again, our apologies for the videos because we really want to get those out, but we're going to be pushing those all night. And thank you again for sharing with us on this celebration, our 11th anniversary. Man, I'm just speechless.
Well, you're kind. Don't blow my head up so big that I can't fit in that booth and get my work done tonight.
Have an amazing session. Thanks to your management, Ron, the entire team. We really thank you guys for coming on and blessing our show tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and happy anniversary to you. More to you.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Okay, thanks. Bye, everybody. Thank you for having me.
All right, everybody. We've been talking to Beth. As you can see, she's an amazing lady. Take time out and be with us in the middle of getting some other things done. We're going to be having her back, I'm sure, again and again. Also, you can find the music that we're going to be releasing tonight on our station. It's going to be free. It's going to be out there. We're also going to be Got Next is going to be in our rotation, and I really wanted to get my team on tonight. I was hoping that my team would come on and say a few words about this anniversary. But I wanted to say to you, those of you that support us on a day in and day out basis, thank you so much for supporting Cruz Inc Media, supporting Cruz Inc Radio 102.8, all the things that, again, this is very difficult sometimes, and trying to make sure that we give you all quality programming that you can be proud of. And so I want to say to every member of my team, again, I apologize that I didn't call everybody's name. You guys know who you are. Without you, we would not have the success that we are having here on Cruz Inc Radio. So we've been enjoying Beth. I want you to go out to her YouTube page, go out to her website, and make sure that you support her, her music. And again, thank you for 11 years. And we hope that God would bless us to have another 11 years to bring you quality programming, and that each and every year that we will continue to keep growing and going. You guys have a great night. As I always say in parting, whatever comes from the heart reaches the heart. And want to say again, if I don't pay my bills, we want to thank the G Law Firm. And here's a word from the G Law Firm.
Anyone can be sued for a personal injury case if they are at fault. For instance, if you did something wrong and you are within the scope of your employment, that means you are doing the work of your employer and you wrecked. That causes you to be sued and your employer to be sued also. And oftentimes there is a dispute.
Well, it seems like all our videos are having some difficulties. I don't know what's going on tonight, but again, thank you so much. Hey, you got any comments real quick? I'm going to put up some comments while I'm still on. We have about 4 minutes. Anybody have any comments? You want to give somebody a shout out? Go ahead and put them in the comment section. I want to thank all those that were commenting. Ron, Al Seifert, thank you. Ron, thank you. We had some other people that dropped in. Definitely want to say thank you to Beth for being on. Paige, saw you on earlier. Thank you for being on. We had some others that came in. Kimberly Wilson, I want to say thank you as well for tuning in. Natalie Knight, again, you guys got to check out the midday show Monday through Friday at noon. The Red Zone with Natalie Red. Phenomenal show, again, on Cruz Inc Radio 102.8. I want to say thank you very, very much to the Anita Baker Rapture Room. All right. That's awesome. For being in with us tonight. That's such an honor and a privilege as well. Any updates? Anything before we go off the air here? Any more comments? Tell me how you like our show. What you don't like about the show, or if you want to say happy anniversary to us, you have a few minutes right now. And we're going to try to go back and see if we can play the video here with Beth, because that's this one right here. I really love this song. So we're going to see if we can get it on and play it in there.
Every day I look in the mirror looking back at me. I say a girl so full of life.
Well, guys, unfortunately, we have some technical difficulties with the videos tonight. So go out to our Cruz Inc Radio Facebook page. You're going to see that video, God Next. And you can also see this entire broadcast tonight on our YouTube page. That's Cruz Inc Radio 102.8 TV on YouTube. Guys, be safe. Have a great Labor Day. And again, thank you so much for supporting us these 11 years. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.